Today is August 17th, 2026. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, I thought I would tie up one loose end from last time today. You may recall that I talked about the Oakland County Board of Commissioners was going to be taking a vote last Thursday on whether or not to allocate or grant $1.5 million to Planned Parenthood of Michigan for a clinic, I believe, in Ferndale. And as expected, the commissioners voted 11-6 to do just that, to give $1.5 million taxpayer dollars to Planned Parenthood. And, it's just another example of liberal politicians caving to Planned Parenthood. And it's not as if Planned Parenthood doesn't have money. I think I mentioned last time, the Planned Parenthood's going to spend $47 million on the midterm elections to elect pro-abortion candidates all across the country. And they've given money to Jocelyn Benson for her gubernatorial campaign. So it's not like they don't have money. But it's not as if taxpayers are facing a lot of their own struggles, whether it's gas prices, food prices, or mortgage rates, or rent, healthcare. There's a lot of issues, a lot of things happening right now that affect our pocketbooks. But to the Oakland County Commissioners, Planned Parenthood is one of the most wonderful organizations on the planet, and they deserve our taxpayer dollars. Well, fully on that. But I guess it's part of the times. Second item, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time either, but the Massachusetts legislature passed a bill about a week and a half ago that the governor signed last week. And it's a bill that would extend abortion rights up to the moment of birth. So they gutted a 24-hour week protection. They gutted the 24-hour viability issue, 24-week viability. Some of these politicians are so determined and bent on pushing the envelope so far on abortion that there are no restrictions, no regulations. It's abortion on demand for no reason at all, or for any reason. And then I saw in the article today that this governor, Maura Healey, calls herself a proud Catholic. So I see right away she's just another example of these fake Roman Catholic politicians, almost exclusively Democrats, who thumb their noses at their church's strong pro-life stance for centuries. For centuries, the Catholic Church has been pro-life. But for these liberal Democrats, who am I talking about? I know Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Ted Kennedy, Mario Cuomo, John Kerry. I'm stuck with some more names, and Maura Healey. Just politicians that they're politicians first, and they're Christians second. Their faith follows their politics, and it should be the other way around. If you're a Christian politician, your faith should dictate how you live your life and how your values are formed. And if she was a real Catholic, believing in the sanctity of human life, she would have vetoed this bill. she would have vetoed it. But of course she didn't, because she's a fake Catholic. And I even saw an article saying that the bishops in Massachusetts should deny her communion. Well, that should have happened long ago, because she's been pro-abortion for a long time. So that's what's happening in Massachusetts. Abortion protected up to the moment of birth. Last item, and this is something that may have gone under the radar, but on August 12th, a woman from Alaska flew to Texas and had a baby boy, which is not uncommon. Women are having babies all over the world every day, and that's not a shock. But what makes this case a little bit different is that the woman, her name is McKenna West. She's a nurse from Anchorage, Alaska. She is a surrogate mother. She has been under contract with a couple from Los Angeles to deliver their baby, to carry and deliver their baby. Well, at 20 weeks gestation, the biological couple from LA discovered the baby had a serious heart defect that is treatable with surgeries. But they decided that they wanted McKenna West to have an abortion. Rather than deliver the child, face the difficult situation about possible surgeries or treatments or procedures to help this child navigate through the first few years of life and maybe go on successfully to have a healthy life. Rather than face those struggles, they opted for the easy way out. Just abort the child. Just have an abortion. Well, McKenna West chose life. She chose the opposite direction. And she refused the abortion. She flew to Texas because in Texas, if you have a baby, you can be declared the birth mother. And apparently go through the process of establishing legal custody of this little boy who she named Gabriel. So that's exactly what happened. She flew to Texas, she has the baby, she's named him Gabriel, and then the couple from LA stepped in, and they're trying to use California law by saying that they are the custodial parents because they have a contract with this woman from Alaska. So this issue has not been resolved. McKenna West has an attorney, and she's got a GoFundMe account because she's still living in Texas, even though she's from Alaska, and she's living there while this legal issue is being resolved. So she's fighting for custody. The other couple is fighting for custody. The other couple wanted the baby dead. She wanted the baby to live. It's a mess. And I'm grateful, and hopefully you are too, that she said no to abortion. She said yes to giving this baby a chance to live. You know, the most basic right we as human beings have is the right to live and the right to live our lives as God intended. So thank you, McKenna West, for being brave and saying no to abortion and yes for life. So not all the news was good today, but the last one was, at least in the fact that this child was given the gift of life. With that, I'll let you go, and I'll see you next time.